The first two, they agree, were consensual. But Solkowitz insists the last was not. Many months later, she reported the incident to the school, and many months after this, a Columbia disciplinary panel, operating in a confusing manner, ruled against her. They left Nungesser unpunished, a decision that made her angrier, perhaps, than anything else had in the course of her short life. This was the bad thing that happened, and it not only turned Solkowitz's zened-out world upside down, but changed the collegiate experience of a generation. Until a few years ago, an Ivy League student who went public about a rape was a rare bird. But soon after our chat at the cafe, Solkowitz inverted the typical public roles of rape cases, the long tradition of a Kobe Bryant or William Kennedy Smith declaring his innocence at a bank of microphones, while the victim began her offstage downfall, became depressed, dishonored, maybe even suicidal. A sexual assault victim's anonymity, ostensibly for her own protection, was a precept of the old system. Now victims, or in the current parlance, survivors, stepped into the spotlight, and the accused tried to hide in the shadows. Now Solkowitz pointed one of her neon-painted fingers at the university as an enabler. Now, she insisted, despite scant evidence, that the public believe her story. There was no smoking gun here. In campus cases, there almost never is. Most important, now she called into question the definition of consent in teeny-tiny linoleum-floored dorm rooms across the country. For Nungesser, Solkowitz, or her image, which were not quite the same, going viral was a horrifying experience. Before she was a victim and he was an alleged rapist, they were both star students on a straight path to success. Nungesser was on a full-ride merit scholarship to this refuge of solemn urban quads that was founded as King's College in 1754, and today is so competitive it accepts only 7% of applicants. Solkowitz, unbelievably, hadn't stepped foot on campus before she was accepted. Columbia was something of a safety school for her. Now her life was completely upended, and his was too. He claimed to be terrified of Solkowitz, whom he perceived as a vengeful ex-fling. He provided context for their relationship by making old messages between them public, messages that many took as proof of his innocence. People were like, "Maybe this is a misunderstanding," Nungesser declared. But the matter of the fact, is it's not a misunderstanding. He said she was the villain in this story, not him. The situation outraged both sets of parents, and parents, more than their children, are the university's true customers, the ones paying the increasingly astronomical bills. You know, you send your kid off to school, and like all kids that age, they have that special mix of competence and vulnerability, and yet need to prove themselves and be grown up and independent, Solkowitz's mother, Sandra Leon, told me. So they rely on the school. The idealization and trust in the school as an institution is crucial as a place that can provide safety, support, and guidance, along with the necessary freedoms and introduction to the world. And when the institution betrays them, it's devastating. Nungesser's parents were shaken to the core, too. In a letter, they desperately appealed to Columbia's president, Lee Presbo Bollinger. "We have just learned that our son was ambushed outside his residence by 2 reporters," they wrote. "Do we have to wait until Paul is beaten up, severely wounded, or even killed? We just talked to Paul on the phone and found him devastated, depressed, and without any support. You are again massively worsening our son's situation. Shame on you, Mr. President." The mattress meme soon spread beyond Columbia, becoming an embodiment of all the confusion, righteousness, and anger that roils around sexual assault, the most complex topic on college campuses today. Solkowitz was transformed into Mattress Girl, a nickname she found offensive, but it stuck. A modern curiosity that, in an era in